Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday, start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays, get the midweek boost you need. Silent Saturdays, dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Have you ever had a strong gut feeling, a sudden knowing, or a vivid dream that felt like a message? These moments are more than coincidence. They're glimpses into your intuitive intelligence. Within each of us lies a subtle system of spiritual senses known as the four clairs: clear seeing, feeling, knowing, and hearing. These intuitive gifts help us receive guidance beyond logic, tuning us into our higher self, inner truth, and divine support. Today we'll discuss becoming clear, C-L-E-A-R, by tuning into the clairs, C-L-A-I-R. Let's explore clarity by looking at each clair. Recognize which one is strongest for you and learn how to cultivate all four to allow you an opportunity to invite full clarity into your daily life through presence and trust, to access your personal spiritual senses for deeper intuition. Intuition is our inner GPS. We all have a deep, often quiet inner knowing that navigates and guides us through decisions, connections, and healing. This inner knowing doesn't come from logic alone. It comes from subtle senses. These senses are called the clairs. They are your soul senses. Just as you see, hear, feel, and know through your physical body, your subtle and energetic body perceives intuitive signals through its own set of senses, known as the clairs. It matters because when you become aware of how you receive intuitive messages, you gain clarity. You gain confidence and connection with your inner guidance and spiritual path. So what are the clairs? The clairs are the four primary ways we receive intuitive information: through seeing, feeling, knowing, and hearing. These aren't supernatural gifts. They are actually subtle abilities we all have. Everyone has intuitive senses. While we may each be naturally attuned to one or two of the clairs, all four of them can be developed with intention, practice, and awareness. The clairs help us access higher wisdom. They help us receive guidance from our higher selves, our spirit guides, or our divine. They support clarity in your decision, relationships, and soul path. So what are the clairs? The first one is clairvoyance. We may be familiar with that term. It means clear seeing. Clairvoyance is the ability to receive intuitive information visually. This may appear as mental images, visions, colors, symbols, dreams, or even full scenes playing out in our mind's eye. It shows up maybe through flashes of imagery while meditating, spontaneous visions while speaking to someone, or vivid dreams that offer insight or predictions. Sometimes it appears as a symbolic language, as clairvoyant messages are often metaphorical. A rose may symbolize love or healing. A storm could represent emotional upheaval. And there are common traits of clairvoyance. Visual learners, artists, or those with vivid imaginations often have strong clairvoyance. If you think in pictures or get frequent mental images, this may be your dominant clair. And you can develop it by practicing visualization exercises, paying attention to your dreams, and using guided meditations to see with your mind's eye. The second clair is clairsentience. It's clear feeling. It's the ability to intuitively feel information through bodily sensations and emotions. You literally feel the energy of people, places, or situations. It may show up through goosebumps, a sense of heaviness or tightness in your chest, or a warm glow in your heart when you're picking up on energy. Clairsentients tend to exhibit emotional empathy as they absorb emotion from others. They can feel what others feel as if it were their own. This can be beautiful. It can also be overwhelming if it exists without boundaries. Common traits of clairsentience may be deep empathetic sensitivity to others' moods or emotionally intuitive. You likely need to be alone to reset and ground, to clear all of the absorption. And you can develop it by practicing body awareness, like body scans, spending time in nature, grounding daily, and learning emotional boundaries. The third clair is clear knowing. This is clear cognizance, the intuitive ability to know something instantly without having any logical evidence. It's a clear inner certainty or truth that just drops in. And it shows up when you suddenly know the outcome of a situation, or you get a download of a concept, or you feel sure about someone's intentions without ever knowing why. Clear cognizance often comes as a calm, neutral knowing. It's not emotionally charged or anxious. It just may feel like wisdom that just appears. It comes to you. Common traits of clear cognizance may be thinkers, analyzers, or visionaries. You may have frequent aha moments and often feel that you're receiving ideas out of nowhere. And you can develop clear cognizance through journaling, your stream of consciousness style, just free writing, letting it flow, meditating for insight, or asking for guidance and trusting the first thought that comes to you, and tracking your intuitive hunches. And the final one is clear audience, clear hearing, the ability to receive intuitive information through hearing. And it may show up externally, although most often it's internal, hearing words, names, or sounds in your mind. It may show up as a clear word or phrase in your head, sense music or tones when none are playing, or you may receive guidance through your internal voice. Clairaudient people may experience chimes, sounds, tones, ringing, or even brief audio clips in meditation or moments of clarity. These are intuitive messages, not imagination. Common traits of clairaudience are that they're most likely sensitive to noise, drawn to music or sound healing, have a strong inner dialogue or self-talk. They may even hear guidance while writing. You can develop clairaudience by spending time alone in silence, asking clear questions and listening for the answers, working with sound such as music, sound bowls, or chanting, and speaking your insights aloud. You may wonder, what is your dominant clair and how can you discover it? Well, you can notice your initial intuitive hits when something happens. Do you see a picture, feel an emotion, suddenly know the answer, or hear words? Your first impression is key to which is your dominant clair. You can also discover your dominant clair by tracking past intuitive moments, reflecting on times when you just knew something or you got a gut feeling. How did this information arrive? What sense was most active? And you can experiment with different methods to also discover your dominant clair. You can try meditations that target each clair. For example, you can visualize, which is clairvoyance, do a body scan, which is clairsentience, ask a question and wait for a knowing answer, claircognizance, or listen to your inner words, clairaudience. You can also keep a clair journal, writing down your experiences, signs, and sensations. Patterns will reveal which clair is naturally the strongest and where you're growing. And once you've identified a dominant clair, you can consciously nurture and develop the other three to become a more balanced and receptive, intuitive being. Once you've identified your dominant clair, why should you develop the others? Well, one, for wholeness, balance. Strengthening all clairs gives you a well-rounded spiritual toolkit, much like engaging all physical senses to create a richer life experience. Developing the others also helps provide clarity in your communication. Different situations, energies, and guides communicate through different channels. Being open to all allows you to receive a more complete guidance. And for spiritual resilience, when one clair feels quiet, others may become more active. Developing all four helps maintain connection even during intuitive ebbs and flow. So let's look at developing your clairs. General steps for developing any clair begins with practicing presence. Intuitive impressions are subtle. Stillness, breath work, and grounding help you catch them. Be patient and consistent. The clairs open more easily when you're calm and open and not trying to force or rush them. Invite support. Ask your higher self or your spiritual team to help activate and balance your less dominant clairs. And update the journal we mentioned earlier. By documenting your daily intuitive hits and how they show up, you'll start to notice new patterns emerging. So how to develop each clair beyond your dominant one? The dominant one is going to naturally show up for you, and you'll immediately resonate and identify it. However, for the others, here are steps you can take to approach with intention and structure to develop each one. For clear seeing, clairvoyance. Even if it's not dominant, clairvoyance can become sharper and intentional with visual exercises. Practice visualization. Close your eyes and imagine an apple in as much detail as possible. Notice every aspect about this apple. Shift its color, spin it around, make it glow. And as you work with this imaginary apple, what you see builds your inner vision muscle. You can dream journal, keeping a notebook by your bed. Any vivid or symbolic dreams are often your clairvoyant channel speaking. Write it down and revisit it during your waking hours. Work with color and imagery, vision boards, color meditations. They strengthen visual symbolic recognition. And ask for visual messages in meditation. Invite your guides to show you symbols. Accept whatever comes, even if it feels imagined at first. To develop clairsentience, clear feeling, you can grow this sense by tuning into your body, environment, and emotions more deeply. Do a body scan. Regularly check in with how your body feels in different sensations or around different people. Notice the sensation shift or subtle tension. Track your energy. Every time you enter a room or meet someone new, pause. What does the energy feel like? How does your body react? Combine grounding with boundaries. The more grounded you become, the more clearly you feel energy without becoming overwhelmed. And keep this space grounded. And practice with objects or spaces. Hold an object or visit a place and try to sense its emotional history with vibrational signature. Notice how the space feels when an area may be filled with clutter. And then clear that space. Organize, throw out things that you no longer need, and then re-experience the space. Did you notice a shift or change in how the space feels? Do you feel lighter, clearer? To develop clear cognizance or clear knowing, even if it's subtle or quiet, this inner knowing can become reliable through reflection and trust building. You can free write or stream of conscious journal by asking a spiritual question and write whatever comes through, allowing your pen to flow without editing or judgment. Just write. You can practice asking yourself yes or no questions and listen for the first response. It may be a feeling, a word, or a certainty. And recognize and record downloads. When a spontaneous idea or truth hits you, write it down. These can often arrive while you're in a shower, right, driving, or quiet moments. Affirm and trust yourself. Say or write, I trust my inner knowing. Repetition helps override any doubt that you may have. To develop clear audience, clear hearing, to sharpen the sense as you quiet the mental noise and listen inwardly with intention. Sit silently. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily in silence, focusing only on inner sounds, thoughts, and subtle whispers. Closing your eyes during this practice can intensify your results. You can ask clear questions in meditation. Ask a question and listen for an internal response. The answer may sound like your own voice, but not feel like it's from you. Work with sound, chanting, tuning forks, singing bowls, or mantras. Help attune your ear to subtle vibrations. Notice random songs or lyrics. As the spiritual can use music to deliver messages, pay attention to tunes that pop into your head or play around you unexpectedly. And you can balance and strengthen all your clears by rotating your practice. Spend a week focusing on a different clear, journaling, meditating, and reflecting through that lens. Affirm positively to yourself, I am open to receive through all of my intuitive senses. This simple statement signals your readiness to expand. Meditate daily to quiet your mind. A clear channel receives clear guidance. Silence invites intuitive impressions to come forward. Use guided or silent meditation to practice each clear. You can also practice multi-sensory meditations using a guided meditation that includes seeing, feeling, knowing, and hearing prompts. This activates and harmonizes the 4 clears. Practicing mindfulness, staying present in your body, your senses, and your thoughts. Intuition whispers. It requires you being present to hear it. And trust what you receive. Doubt blocks your flow. Start small by trusting simple nudges or feelings and build confidence as you see validation. Create a spiritual space, setting the tone with sacred rituals for yourself, lighting candles or incense, raising your energetic frequency and inviting clarity. Trust yourself. Know that everything you have is within and you have everything that you need. Your inner clarity already exists. You don't have to go out and get intuition. It's about tuning in and clearing out the noise that blocks it. Being clear is about alignment. The more balanced your body, emotions, and spirit are, the more easily you can receive and interpret intuitive messages. This is a lifelong relationship. Just like yoga or meditation, intuitive clarity is a practice, a dance between the soul and the senses that deepens over time. I'd like to now invite you to a short exercise to embrace each of the clairs. Let's begin with clairvoyance. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. As you hold this breath, ask yourself, what do I see in my inner vision? Exhale and release. Take another deep breath in. For clairsentience, ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body or emotions? Exhale. Take another deep breath in for claircognizance. Ask yourself, what do I suddenly know to be true right now? Exhale. Inhale for clairaudience. Ask yourself, what do I hear inside or around me? Exhale, release, blink, and slowly open your eyes. You can pause and take a moment here to journal or write down what you've noticed. All impressions, even those most subtle, are valid. Intuition is not about doing more, it's about becoming more quiet, more present, and more trusting of what's already within. Trust your intuitive senses are alive and available to you. With awareness and consistency, your less dominant clairs will awaken and begin to speak more clearly, guiding you towards higher wisdom, deeper healing, and more soul-led alignment. Tuning into the four clairs is not about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you already are. Intuition is the soul's language, and each clair is a doorway to deeper awareness, healing, and guidance. Whether you see visions, feel energy, or know truths, or hear messages, your spiritual senses are always available to support you. As you continue to develop these gifts, trust that the clarity comes not from force, but from openness, stillness, and alignment. May you walk forward with greater confidence in your inner wisdom. May your journey into the clairs help you live a more connected, soul-led life. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.